Me and L got into it. You know, I told L, I knock you out. He started using a few of my lyrics, like different compounds that I was using. That's when you make two words rap at the same time. Me and L start talking. The conversation goes super left, you know. Next thing I know, I'm in a tunnel. It was like a week later we found out that it was Big L. And I know niggas get mad when you tell these stories, but it's the truth. I'm not lying. Gotta take a lie detector test. I gotta go back to the first time.
Breaking news. Folks, hip-hop history just flipped on its head. You thought you knew the story of Harlem's golden child, the lyrical assassin, Big L, right? The street legend, the unsung hero, the martyr of 139th Street. Well, Ma Dollar E just walked in like hold my Bible and my platinum chain because apparently, the truth ain't what we've been preaching all these years. That's right, M.A. Dollar E. Mr. Take That. Take that.
Man, I remember Mace looked at me. Yo, he never trusted me again in his life. L was talking to him, but he was looking at me like he couldn't believe that shit. He was like, word. Let me tell you about Big L. Let me tell you what, rest in peace, Big L. This is what Big L did to me. I'm hanging in the studio with Mace.
Before we got on, it was like L. Yeah. You know, he was a guy. He took us everywhere.
The shiny suit superstar of Bad Boy Records just dropped a nuclear confession saying Big L tried to line him up. Yeah, you heard that correctly. The same Big L we've immortalized in murals, mixtapes, and hip-hop lore might have allegedly tried to set up his own brother in bars. And get this, Fat Joe backed IT up. Now, wait a minute, are we witnessing a rewriting of Harlem history here? Or is this just MAE's latest sermon from the Church of Controversy? Is this truth, or the remix of Revenge?
You know, he was a guy. He took us everywhere.
Yep.
And all of that. Not everywhere, but to Bobito and different places to rap. And then when I got on, it was like the whole wave changed. It was like, this is what it looks like when a nigga really get on. So me and L would get into it. And
because if Fat Joe's confirming the whispers, that means the street's been holding a secret for decades. Stay right there, because we're about to break down receipts, rumors, and revelations that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about loyalty, legacy, and the deadly price of fame. This ain't your average hip-hop beef. This is a Harlem tragedy wrapped in diamonds and betrayal. It was the late 90s and Harlem was alive with the sound of ambition and rivalry, where two rising stars, Ma Dollar E and Big L, stood shoulder to shoulder as the pride of their block. They were brothers in rhyme. The future of a movement that promised to take Harlem from the corners of 139th Street to the charts of the world. They started together under the same crew known as Children of the Corn, alongside Cameron and Bloodshed. Young men armed with nothing but verses and dreams. But somewhere between the battles and smoky studios and the whispers of record label deals, something shifted. When Diddy's shiny empire came calling, and Ma Dollar E crossed over into the bad boy world of champagne, flash, and fame, the streets began to murmur that Harlem's unity had cracked. The same people who used to cheer when Ma Dollar E walked the block began to look at him like he was no longer one of them. And at the center of those cold looks was Big L, Harlem's lyrical prince, who many said felt betrayed watching Ma Dollar E trade street grit for mainstream glitter. M.A. Dollar E would later recall that the tension started over something small, almost childish, when he noticed Big L using the same compound rhymes and wordplay patterns he had been experimenting with. To outsiders it was harmless, but in their world it was sacrilege. He confronted L about it, expecting a laugh, but instead he got silenced and smirks. That moment planted a seed of mistrust that would grow into something dangerous. The laughter from their old crew faded, replaced by side comments and cold shoulders. Every show, every interview, every street corner felt charged with quiet competition. Still, Ma Dollar E didn't think it would ever go beyond words until the night he got that phone call. Someone from the inside, a voice he trusted, told him not to show up at a gig because something was going down. He stayed home, brushed it off as paranoia, until he heard whispers that a setup had been planned. Some said it was a robbery, others said worse, but the name attached to it was a punch to the gut. It was Big L, the same man who once pushed him to rap harder, was now the one being accused of trying to take everything from him. After that night, nothing felt the same in Harlem because, once that rumor hit the streets, it spread like wildfire. People began whispering about what really happened and who was behind the so-called setup, while Ma Dollar E kept quiet and Big L moved around like nothing had changed. but behind closed doors there was tension thick enough to slice through. Studio engineers said they could feel it in the air whenever the two were mentioned in the same session. One insider claimed that Ma$EHL had started traveling with extra security and avoiding certain neighborhoods where he once felt untouchable. The story began to twist into something bigger when a supposed leak surfaced from someone claiming to have seen a list of names involved in the alleged plan. That list, according
one time, because you want me to tell a story, so I gotta tell a story.
Yeah.
He started using a few of my lyrics, like different compounds that I was using. That's when you make two words rap at the same time. So I checked the nigga.
Not just words, syllables.
Yeah, syllables. He started using my syllables. I'm like, yo, L. So then Gruff laughing and all that. Gruff like, y'all need the box, you know?
Gruff
you know how niggas.
Gruff gas shit like a mother. Gruff, that boy Gruff now the gas
Gruff like murder. Then that nigga go right there.
Yeah.
L looking like, what? So then me and L start talking. The conversation goes super left, you know? And then next thing I know, I'm in a tunnel. And then nigga Fat Joe comes up to
So
me.
hold on, for people, not a tunnel, that's a nightclub.
Yeah, the nightclub, the tunnel.
Right.
So Joe come up to me. I'm looking like, and then Joe see me and Joe's like, and I ain't doing nothing to that. That's Mace, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something y'all got going on.
Right.
So
That's first, but hold on.
that was the first time.
But hold on, just so the audience stays on top.
Yeah.
Big L and
list, according to fake reports circulating through forums and fan pages, included local promoters, street associates, and even a low-level producer who had ties to both camps. It sounded like fiction, but people believed it because every legend in hip-hop is built on half-truths and street memories. Then came the clip that poured gasoline on the fire. Fat Joe appeared on a podcast and casually mentioned that he once heard about a situation involving Ma$E and Big L, saying that Ma$E was lucky he stayed home that night. The internet exploded. Fans started connecting dots that never existed while YouTube detectives began digging through old footage and interviews to find hidden clues. Some pointed to lyrics from Big L's unreleased freestyles as proof that he was throwing subliminal shots, while others said MAE's sudden disappearance from the rap scene made sense if he had survived a setup. Anonymous sources popped up claiming to have been there, describing a dark night filled with confusion, flashing lights, and police sirens that never made the news. The narrative grew wild and uncontrollable. There were fake screenshots of police reports, blurry photos of supposed meeting spots, and even an audio clip that turned out to be but by then the damage was done. Fans believed Ma$E had
and Fat Joe was kind of in a clique together, Lord Finesse and Buck Wilder, digging in the crates. So
Yeah.
it may have been something alluding to that. Just
Yeah.
for the audience that doesn't know why Fat Joe would randomly
Yeah,
Coming, they was in the group.
So then he's running with Fat Joe. You know, he called him Nick. First, he tried to talk to Party and them, but I knew Party in him. 'Cause I knew,
Party Artie?
Party Artie.
Yeah,
that
Party
was my
Artie.
nigga.
Yeah, Party Artie. I think Party died, right?
Yeah, he died. Shout
Party
out
was
to
nice.
Party.
Party was nice.
And Wally World and
Yeah,
all those. So
yeah,
he
man.
didn't know I knew them from basketball, so
Right, right.
it wasn't going to go no further than that. A couple months later, we get into it again about something, and I think it was over a chick or something, and then me and this nigga Sham is walking to like 41st Street.
So just to put this story into perspective, we all chilled in this park on 139th Street.
Yeah, we all chilling on 39th Street every day. So 39th to 40th.
He had narrowly escaped something serious, and Big 50's legacy, already complicated by tragedy, became tangled in suspicion. The story had turned from rumor into legend, and both men were now ghosts, haunting Harlem's memory of what could have been. As the rumor snowballed, Harlem found itself divided between those who swore Ma$E was telling the truth and those who believed he was rewriting history to protect his own image. Old friends stopped speaking. Interviews were pulled from archives. And even DJs refused to play certain tracks together out of fear of reigniting bad blood. The fake reports grew darker when online pages claimed that an internal investigation was being opened into the so-called incident, hinting that names of record executives and promoters could surface. Alleged leaked documents painted pictures of money exchanges, secret meetings in parking lots, and a paper trail of hush payments meant to bury the story years before it ever reached the public. The streets of Harlem turned into a living rumor mill where everyone knew someone.
Nice.
Right.
So we walking up 40th.
So Mace
And
is
we
basically,
turn-
I just want everybody to keep up with your story.
Yeah.
He's basically saying he's leaving that area, going somewhere
Yeah,
else.
I'm leaving 40th Street. We got ices, you know, we just paid for the truck. All the kids getting free ice cream on 139th. They all got on Mace Day t-shirts, you know. So everybody's running up to the block like, yo, Mace is out there. So I parked my car on 40th and we just walking through the hood. So, and it was my first rollie I got, like iced out. It's the first one. So I get around the corner on 40th and I walk up 40th on 7th to 41st, and a Spanish just run out of nowhere like, yo, give it up. I'm gonna kill both of y'all.
And when you say both, who you was with?
Me and Sham God.
Sham God is the coach.
Sham is standing.
Who knew someone connected to the night that changed everything. Fat Joe was asked again about his comment and he stood by it, saying too many things in hip-hop got swept under the rug and that sometimes the truth was uglier than people wanted to believe. That one statement triggered a new wave of speculation. Fake podcasts emerged with supposed insiders describing scenes of chaos and fear, while tabloids claimed that federal investigators were reviewing financial transactions between the old crew members. Online conspiracies reached absurd levels, linking the story to label feuds, hidden contracts, and missing royalties. Ma Dollar E stayed silent for weeks, then reappeared on social media in a cryptic post talking about loyalty and betrayal, which only made things worse. Fans flooded his comments, demanding proof, while others begged him to let the dead rest. The line between fact and fantasy completely dissolved. Even Big L's family reportedly received calls from media outlets asking for reactions, forcing them to publicly deny ever hearing about a setup. But by that point, the world had already made up its mind. The myth was more powerful than the truth. In the
like where that is, and people that know me know they like, yeah, this nigga Mace played too much, bro. So he kind of got Sham. I'm looking at Sham like he don't have me right now. He got the gun on you. You know, we play basketball, so we pause. We communicate with our eyes like,
yeah.
About to run. I got that look like, damn.
Right.
Yo,
Sham got the don't leave me look.
Sham got the look like, may stop playing. You know how Sham look like, may stop playing. So I'm like, I give him back the look, and this is happening in like 30 seconds.
Real time.
Fast.
In the echo chamber of viral news, what mattered was not evidence but excitement, not clarity but chaos. And as the views climbed and the algorithms rewarded the outrage, the story of Ma Dollar E and Big L became less about two men and more about the cost of fame, trust, and the dangerous hunger for a headline that never dies. So what do you think really happened that night? Was Ma Dollar E telling the truth, or did he spin a story to protect his image and stir up old ghosts for attention? Could Big L, the lyrical legend of Harlem, really have had a darker side the world refused to see? The answers may never surface, but one thing's clear. The line between fame and betrayal in hip-hop is thinner than ever. Every rumor, every leak, every whisper.
Fast communication. I'm looking at it like, this is my first role.
Yeah.
I can't
First
just
one,
get this one up like So then Sham like, he rubbing his stomach. That mean like, come on, don't leave me.
Yeah.
Pause. So I'm like, I'm gonna take this watch off and I'm gonna throw it, because now the nigga done clacked it on us. We know he's serious. We didn't think he was serious first. Once he clacked it, I'm like, nah, I can't let him shoot Sham. So I take the watch off really slow. Sham like, hey, stop playing. I'm taking it off like, I'm a The nigga said, yo, it's taking too long. He put the gun on Sham, so then I take the watch off. I'm like, they got caught. That's what I'm really thinking. So then I throw the watch by the back.
Whispered confession turns into a storm that no one can stop once it hits the internet. Maybe this isn't just a story about Ma Dollar E or Big L.
Back of the car, by the back of the car wheel, because I knew it was gonna bounce off. Pause. And when the watch fell, we just ran. But by the time we ran, the cops came from the left side, and before he can even pick the watch up, the cops had got the nigga. And I'm like, man, bro, I just need my watch back, Sham. You owe me, bro.
Why Big L is never on your top 5 list of rappers from Harlem?
was like a week later we found out that it was Big L, and that just messed up everything because I'm like, yo, this nigga's hating big time, bro. So then Killer, like, that's why he ain't in my top 5.
What was it like going back over there to that neighborhood the same day, the next day? You say you left your car there.
Yeah.
What was it like having to see L or no L or whatever?
No, I ain't see the. You know, the start standing on the other side. That's when he started standing on the other side of 39.
Right.
So everybody's like, nobody else knew why the was over there, but he would be like on the other side
right.
of the street. And I know niggas get mad when you tell these stories, but it's the truth. I'm not lying, nigga. I take a lie detector test.
But about the culture that feeds on secrets and drama more than truth itself. So you tell me, who's the villain, who's the victim, and who's cashing in on the chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one's going to divide the room. And if you want more stories that the mainstream refuses to touch, more hidden files, more underground truths that shake the culture to its core, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe, because the next revelation is already brewing, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.